Our pheidole colony has exploded in population, and soon they're going to explode out of their current setup. Keep watching till the end to find out what my solution to this problem is and what will possibly be in the next video. Welcome back to Ant Hong Kong. This is our large colony of pheidole nodus, which has been growing steadily over the last few months that I have had kept them. But recently, they've exploded in population, and the amount of escapees I'm finding is starting to increase. Whenever I find one of these, I pick them up and just dump them back into the outworld. But recently, the numbers of escaped ants have gotten out of control, and they're in need of a new setup. So, I connected up this formicarium that used to house our dinosaur ants. As expected, they began to inspect the new nest and started sending in lots of workers to map out the space. I removed the lid to the nest block, and I was astonished to find that the ants had cleared out most of the soil, leaving one huge chamber, and most of the space was filled with brood, pupae and larvae. It was amazing how many brood this colony had, but that's not so surprising, considering that this colony supposedly had 4 egg-laying queens. I exposed the nest to light, and before long, the ants began to move into the nest. Soon, the ants began to bring in a lot of their brood, but I had yet to see the 4 queens of this majestic colony. Soon, the ants began to bring out the queens, starting with this one. She was not really cooperating, so they kind of had to drag her straight towards the nest. 10 minutes later, I took off the cover that I had placed over the formicarium to keep it dark and make the ants feel more at home while they moved in. Look at that. So many ants had already moved in. And a few minutes later, the 2nd and 3rd queen were starting to walk towards the tube connecting the outworld to the nest. All the while, the ants continued transporting tons and tons of brood. I was still amazed at the amount of brood that this colony had. I was expecting this colony to have quite a lot of brood, but not as much as this. The last queen is moved into the nest, and I took a peek in, and I saw that they had already established a highway bustling with ants, carrying brood and the queen occasionally trundling by. This chamber is covered in larvae. It seems they like to organize their brood into different areas. This spot for larvae and this spot for pupae. You can see some pupae are darker colored, which means they're closer to becoming fully developed worker ants. This colony will continue to grow and eventually will require a huge setup and will be a gigantic colony. Speaking of huge colonies and gigantic setups, the next video will be absolutely crazy. So make sure you tune in to look at what I have in store for you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already by clicking on my icon in the bottom left corner, and check out some of my other videos. Until next time, this is Ant Hong Kong signing out.